Hello and welcome to Wednesday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, or what I hope will be Wednesday's edition. I've loaded this puzzle up. It's called Budoka, and it's by Alaric Taqi A. Crusader 175 is the pseudonym we may be more familiar with. It's got a 99% approval rating on Logic Masters, 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty. It's been recommended to us several times. But I've read the rules and they seem completely and utterly impossible to me. The rules in this, it's a chaos construction, as you can see. It is 9 by 9. It is 9 by 9. It's a 9 by 9 puzzle. We haven't got any 3 by 3 boxes, so we're going to have to build the regions ourselves. And the only rule, I think, is that looking along a line, if those two digits are consecutive, they're in different regions. But if they're in a 1:2 ratio, they're in the same region. And that apparently is enough to allow us to populate this grid entirely and know where all the regions are. And look at the bottom of the grid. There's nothing there. It's almost like Crusader 175 has been doing a very, very complicated mathematical proof, and then just gone off to make a cup of tea or eat a piece of cake or something. There's nothing in. It looks like it's wrong, doesn't it? Frankly, it really does look like the puzzle is wrong. I don't think it can be. Some people have solved it. And this is what I'm going to hope to do in today's video, but I'm absolutely mystified. Apparently this is called Kreska, Kreska, this constraint. It is not one I've ever heard of before, and I'm extremely skeptical it's going to work. But these are the magnificent challenges that we get to attempt on the channel every day. And I'll certainly give it my best shot. And I'll read you the rules properly in a moment or two's time. Now, in fact, I do not have much to tell you about today. It's very odd. I have no birthdays to do, which is a big rarity on the channel. We had the amazing Blueprint stream on Monday night, so do check out the VOD for that if you've not seen it yet. And over on Patreon, we have this wonderful Sudoku hunt competition that is running until the 20th. You can see how many people have solved the first puzzle there. Let's do a refresh. So 1351 and then 323 for the final puzzle. 323 has gone up to 393. 1427 solves of the first puzzle. It's phenomenal work. Very, very well done to the nearly 400 people who've solved the whole thing. It's incredible. It really is. Thank you to Panthera for producing the pack. Thank you to Blobs for producing the league table. And do get involved. It's over on Patreon right now, along with loads of other bonus content that we put up there all the time. But I think that's everything. So let's not delay the introduction for longer, because if I can't do this, I'll have to do another video. And it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So if I say I took 2 hours to fail this one, I'd then have to. I couldn't do another long puzzle. Anyway, we'll have a look. I don't know what Budoka means, or maybe that could be Budovar. I suppose the W could be pronounced as a V. Someone will have to tell me in the comments. Anyway, let's look at the rules together. We have got chaos construction. Divide the grid into regions of 9 orthogonally connected cells each, such that every cell is part of exactly one region. So we could have regions. That's 9, isn't it? That could be a region of the puzzle. You could even make it different colours if we wanted to. Place the digits 1 to 9 exactly once in each row, column and region. So if this was a region, well, not only would we have to put the digits 1 to 9 in every row and every column, we'd also have to make sure that our little region here had the digits 1 to 9 in it as well. And there's only one more rule, Kreska. Adjacent digits along a line must either be consecutive must either be consecutive and belong to a different region. So imagine that was 5. If that's a 5, then this could be 4 or 6 and be in a different region. hang on, I can't use 5 to create. Let's use 6 then. If this is a 6 and this is a 3, because they are, if the two digits have a 1 to 2 ratio, i.e. one is double the other, then these can belong to the same region. So they could be in the same region. It then says if 1 and 2 are adjacent along a line, let's put that in, they can satisfy either condition. So if there's a 1-2 pair on the line, you wouldn't know, well, let's make that red. We wouldn't know whether this was red, which it could be, because these are in a 1 to 2 ratio, or it could be in a different region because these are also consecutive. So it's ambiguous if there are 1s and 2. Well, if there's a 1-2 pair along the line. And believe it or not, and I barely believe it, that is it. Apparently these little funny shapes are enough to completely specify the logic. Isn't that incredible? Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now I get to play. Let's get cracking. I'm laughing because I don't know what to do immediately. I mean, no. I was going to say perhaps there's a 4-cell sequence. I mean, the way to think about black dot sequences, as I'm going to probably revert to calling them, it's digits that are in a 1 to 2 ratio in Sudoku. There are different pairs possible. There's a 1-2 pair, there's a 2-4 pair, there's a 4-8 pair, and there's a 3-6 pair. That's all of them. You can never put 5, 7 or 9 into such a relationship, because 5, if you think about a digit that's either half 5 or double it in order to have the 1 to 2 ratio, you don't get a Sudoku number. The same is true for 7, 3.5 and 14 don't work, do they? And 9, 4.5 and 18 don't work. So I'm not even sure what that means. I mean, it's true. So if those two cells are in the same region, they have to obey one of those 4 1 to 2 ratio ideas. So either 1, 2, 2, 4, 3, 6 or 4, 8. I mean, I presume we start here, do we? I'll tell you why I think we I tell you what I'm going to do first, actually. I like doing this. I'm going to draw a boundary around the grid. Sorry, I like to do that. Always makes me feel better in chaos construction puzzles. Let me just check yeah, it looks like the feed is recording. That's good. I'm using this new software to record at the moment. Right, now, the reason I was wondering about this cell is I was just thinking about how, as a constructor, you'd go about building a puzzle like this. And it feels to me, in any region building puzzle, that starting in the corners is going to be not easier, but sort of, at least you could work on the logic. So if obviously row 1, column 1 is in a region. If I just call that region purple, then either this is purple or it's some other colour. But if it is some other colour, so those would be consecutive, this digit would then become purple, wouldn't it? So purple would grow, but you wouldn't know. But see, that one could be in a different region again, and that would force sort of indigo to grow. That would force purple to grow. But I mean, this is not really, I mean, this is just factual. It's not intelligent. It can't be the shape, can it? These shapes are too small, I think. I'm so sorry. I don't get it at all. I don't get it. Adjacent digits along a line. So I know a positive thing about all 6 of those cells, in the sense they either are consecutive or they are in a doubling relationship. Oh, no, I was just wondering, maybe there's a reason that maybe these are 5, 7, 9, and this is 3, 6. No, because it's not a single line, is it? So there's no linkage between these. I was wondering if we were going to get stripes going down the grid like this. No, that's nonsense. Come on, Simon, use your brain. E. I mean, how... I don't understand. I still haven't got it, I'm afraid. I do see dimly that okay, I see one thing. That's not a 1. There we go. I've seen one thing. In fact, I can go further than that. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, so you can't put 1 on there, actually, at all. That might be worth consideration. The reason you can't put 1 on it is that 1 only has... It's a bit like German whispers and the digits 4 and 6. 1 only has one partner under this rule set that can go on a line adjacent to it. So if we think about the digit 1, it can only go next to 2. 2 is the only digit that's either consecutive with 1 or in a 1 to 2 relationship with it. So if you did put a 1 there, you'd have to put 2 2s there, wouldn't you? This funny triangle thing has the property that wherever you put... Yeah, okay. So it has this funny triangle thing has the property that every single cell on it, the neighbours to that cell, whichever cell you chose on that triangle, the two neighbours would be in the same, what I'll call unit from a Sudoku perspective. What do I mean? I mean they'll either be in the same column or the same row. So if we pick this one, its two neighbours are in the same row. If we pick this one, its two neighbours are in the same column. Now what does this one? Its neighbours are in the same row. So what that tells us is there must be 2 digits. Actually, this takes 9 off this as well, doesn't it? There must be 2 possible neighbours. So if we were to put 1 anywhere on the line, we would always cause a double 2 problem in the same Sudoku unit. Now the same is true of 9, actually. If we put 9 on it, 9 only has 1 neighbour because 9 has no doubling relationship that's possible. So its only consecutive neighbour is 8. So the digits on there, the digits, which have to be 4 different digits, I think. Yeah, they do have to be different. This has to be different from those 2. And this one by Sudoku. Yeah, so this is 4 different digits selected from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I mean, is that how to do it? Can you limit then what's actually possible to put on this? The problem is it gets very tricky very quickly, doesn't it? I mean, even if I try 8, can you be sure you can or can't put 8 on the line? Because 8... What you can't do is partner up 8 with 7 and 9. That won't work because the 4th digit becomes impossible. So if we do put 8 on the line, we could put 7 and 9 next to it. That's one. These would be 2 of the possible neighbours. But now what's this cell? The only possibility is 8, and that's because every because of the way that the sort of the neighbourhoods work along this line, you can't repeat a digit, can you? for example, these obviously can't be the same, and it's not possible for these two to be the same or these two to be the same because of Sudoku. These two can't be the same because they won't obey the consecutive relationship or the 1-to-2 ratio relationship. So 8 can't go with 7 and 9, but the problem is that 8 could go with 4. But if it does go with, because that would be a doubling relationship, but if it did go with 4, it would have to go with 7 or 9 as the other digit, and that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Well, because then we've got to come up with this fourth digit that is capable of being in a 1-to-2 relationship with one of these and is consecutive or in a 1-to-2 relationship with the other one. And that's just nonsense, isn't it? The options for 7 are probably the easiest to consider. 7, this can't be 8, so it would have to be a 6. And 6 is not consecutive with or in a 1-to-2 relationship with 4. Now, I think the same is true of 9, 4, 9. 9 can only go with 8, can't it? If we ever put 9 on the line. In fact, we worked out 9 couldn't go on the line. So in fact, the way to do it is to go the only neighbours to 8 are 4 and 7 then, because you can't put 9 on the line at all. And are 4 and 7 capable of being in a 1-to-2 relationship or a consecutive relationship with a single other digit? No. So there is no 8 on the line. But it is getting more complicated. And I think 2 is going to be complicated but 2, although I say that 2 can never be next to 1 on this. So okay. So in fact 2's better than 8, isn't it? Well, not really, it's the same. 2 can only be next to 3 and 4 because it can never be next to 1 because we can't put 1 on this. Now, if we do put 2 on the line and put 3 and 4 as its neighbours, then we need a digit that is not 2, that is either consecutive with 3 or 4, or in a 1-to-2 relationship with it. And, well, if we put 3 there, we can't repeat the 4 because then the 2 4s will be next to each other. That won't work. If we put 3 there and put 6 in, 6 is not consecutive with 4 or in a 1-to-2 relationship. It just doesn't work. So actually, hang on. What are we left with? We're left with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Have to go on here somehow. 7 might be difficult. Because that 7 can't be in a doubling relationship at all. So if you do put 7 on it, you've got to put 6 and 8 on it, and that doesn't work. There you go. If you put 7 on it, the only digits you can accompany it with are 6 and 8. And it doesn't matter the order, does it? I mean, I think I established that in my brain. I'm just going to double check my brain is not misleading me. It's the same problem. You're always going to have to put that fourth digit adjacent to a 6 and an 8 without it being allowed to be 7. And yet it's got to be simultaneously be consecutive or in a 1-to-2 relationship with both of these digits. So if we try 3, because that would work for the 6, obviously that doesn't work with the 8. If we try 4, which works for the 8, that doesn't work for the 6. If we try 5, that works for the 6 but not the 8. If we try 9, that works for the 8 but not the 6. So you can't do 7. So let's hope. Let's hope there is a way. So if that's right, that line is populated with 3, 4, 5, 6, and in some way that's got to work. I mean, I quite like the idea of putting 3 and 6 on it, actually, because 4 and 5 are consecutive with, well, 4 is consecutive with 3 and 5 is consecutive with 6. So if that's 3, 6... Yeah, I don't know, there must be another way of seeing this then. Maybe there's a positive way of seeing it. Because I've sort of done this in a negative way by ruling digits off this triangle. But maybe there was a way of mathematically showing that. I can sort of see now. Now I've thought, does 3, 4, 5, 6 work? I sort of like it because the 3 and the 6 are the perfect distance apart to allow 2 consecutive digits to sort of nest within them. But I can see, I mean, I won't put a 3 in the corner because I don't deserve it. But if we put 6 and 3 here, 5 and 4 there, that does work. Now, so what's going to now be the issue, I presume, is that something or other will cause one of these to be difficult from the perspective of yeah, oh, hang on. Yeah, this doesn't work. That doesn't work, actually. That's okay, because what I haven't considered really at all yet is region building. And actually, this is very interesting. Yeah, that's fascinating, actually. That is absolutely, this is genius setting. Honestly, it is. I mean, this is another of these examples where I don't understand why on earth would you think that this was possible to set a puzzle with this constraint? It seems so lunatic to me to think that there is a meaningful restriction. And yet, I think somehow Crusader 175 can see there is. But look at this. If the top row is entirely made up of consecutives, which it is here, then you've got a problem. Because this middle digit, because these are consecutives, they're all in different regions from each other, so we could draw this. But now, whether the 6, 3 was on this diagonal or this diagonal, there's a problem. Because you're either going to have those 2 digits being in the same region, or these 2 digits being in the same region, and they're going to trap the 5 in the middle. It can't work. So, and that's obviously the same. So you can never have the 3, 6 sort of in this shape. On the I don't know. It's not hyper. Is it? Oh no, it's not a hyper. Is that is a right angle, isn't it? Yeah. So it's the hypotenuse has to contain the 3 and the 6 is what I'm going to claim on this. Oh, hang on. And I think on this as well. That might be wrong, but they are the same shape. And they do have their hypotenuse resting on the boundary, which I think is causing the problem, because the middle digit has to be able to get out. So yes, yeah, that's it. That is it. So 3, 4, 5, 6 are on here. Yeah, actually, I had something I hadn't noticed. I was thinking this is the same shape as this, but it actually... There's no reason to say this isn't just the same digits, is there? It is the same shape. And there's nothing special about row 1, column 1 in our analysis of the triangle here. Every cell. I mean, yeah, this is just a rotation of this. So the logic that we've specified for this would only not apply to this if there is some reason that the corner was special. And there was no reason the corner was special. There might be a reason the corner is special from a region building point of view. That might be different. But there is no difference so far as the mathematics of the triangle is concerned. That cell, that cell, that cell, that cell, they all have the same property that their neighbours are in the same Sudoku unit. So these are subject to the same constraints. I've now got a 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, yeah, now is it true to say... You see, what I think is true, given that these cannot be all consecutive with one another, because that traps this digit in, one of these is in the black dot relationship, the 3-6 pair. So one of these is in the 3-6 pair. Or so two of those, I should say. Yeah, that's a better way to put it. There has to be a black dot relationship between either that domino or that domino. Either that domino or that domino. Because if the black dot relationship is going out, it's not on the hypotenuse, you trap the middle digit in. And that is true. It's true for this one and it's true for that one. So this is not 3-6. This is not 3-6. This is not. This is lovely actually. That's 4-5 now on this one. That's bizarre, because this one has to have 3-6 vertical on its hypotenuse. Taking 3-6 out of that, this one has to have 3-6 on its hypotenuse. Taking 3-6 out of that, that gives me a 4-5 pair. 4 and 5 are consecutive. So that one, okay, let's try region building then. So that one is definitely in a different region to that one, because they are consecutive, and that's how the rule works. These two are definitely in the same region. Those two are in the same region. And it's that one I can't work out in my brain. I'm so stupid. Why can't my brain tell me whether that one is... If this is 4, this is 5, that's 3, isn't it? Yeah, so... Yeah, I mean, if that's 5, that's 4-6. So actually this one is always consecutive with this one. I don't know why I found that so hard to see, but it is true. If that's 4, its two neighbours on the line have to be 3 and 5 to obey the rules. And if this is 5, this has to be 6 and 4 to obey the rules. So this one is always consecutive with both of those. So these two are in the same region, and it's different from green. And if I'm just going to check, well, this has to get out, so it has to go there. And let's just double check. So 4, 3, 5, and then that would be 6, and these would be indifferent. So it does look like that. And that's really good. That's really good. Because now green, I can see, has to escape down here. And yeah, and the vertices, yeah, the middle digit is part of the 3-6 pair. I just don't know whether it goes that way or that way. But the vertices of these triangles, I think, are all in different regions, because there is going to be there is a 3, 4, 5, 6 Yeah, the way it works around the triangle is that the 3, 4, 5, 6 are in order, but the 3 and the 6 are allowed to be sort of, because it's a contiguous sequence, the 3 and the 6 are allowed to join up because they are in the 1-to-2 ratio. So what that means, yeah, that's the way to think about it. So now, because we know that this is either tied to that one or that one, and the rest of it is a continuous sequence, we do know that those two are in different regions to this one. The vertices are all different. Now I've got to be careful with this though, because I don't know whether yellow is different from this one. Oh dear. Let me think. I know. Oh, hang on. I know that digit is the same as that digit, don't I? Because they both have to appear. That digit has to appear on this triangle. So that digit can't be green. But we've already said it can't be green because these three are all different regions. So I know, let's just make that blue or something. The thing is, this could be yellow. No, it can't be yellow actually, because this one, remember, is also not green, and it's this. So these two are definitely. Let's look at the bottom triangle. Those three are all definitely different. So this one, which is green, has to get out. Well, we know that green is different from yellow from this triangle. So green has to go there and it has to go there. Now you may say to me, but yellow and blue could be the same. That might be possible, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It might, yeah, that might be possible. I'm not ruling out that these are the same, but I am saying that green has to come through there. Now yellow has to get out, and purple has to get out. I mean, even though I haven't got any digits yet, but even though I've made a tiny start on this, how do you possibly claim? How can this possibly lead to a solution? It's mad. I don't know what to do. Is it those two? They're in the same region. So, so they have to be in a black dot relationship, don't they? But the black dot relationships at their disposal are legion. They're either they're probably not a 1-2 pair actually. For the same reason we couldn't put 1 on the smaller triangle. We'd have the same problem here, wouldn't we? If this is a 1, both of these are a 2 and Sudoku breaks. If this is a 1, both of these are a 2 and Sudoku breaks. So these don't include 1. So they're either 2, 4, which would have to be actually this way round, because I've got a 4, 5 pair in this column. 4, 8. So they're not 1, 2. They could be 2, 4. If they're 4, 8, this is 8. Or, and this is the problem, I think, they could be 3, 6. And wow. I'd love to know what this is. I'd love to know if it's either a 3 or a 6, which would take 3 and 6 out of here, or it's a 4, 5, which makes these a pair, and that takes 4 out of here and would make this 3, 6. So this is a 3, 6 would be interesting with the 3, 6 pair above. Wow. Okay. That's completely... Oh, wait. Wait just a moment. Those two. Yes. Let's look at the... Okay. Look at these two purples. Or pinkle, if you prefer. Now that... They have to be in a black dot relationship that isn't 3, 6. Now, I don't think, again, they can have the 1 on them. It's the same thing we looked at here right at the start. If you put 1 in, because 1 can only go next to 2, we're going to cause a problem along the line if either of these is a 1. And that means this is either 2, 4 or 4, 8, but crucially it has a 4. And now I've got a digit, because that corner digit's a 5. And that's the same as that one, so that's a 5. And now that's a 4. Oh, come on, that must do something. Or not. Oh dear. Come on, Simon. How do we think? How am I meant to think about this? So if this is 3, 6, if that's 3, 6, it's both green. This then can't have 3, 6 because 3, 6 can't repeat in green. So this would be a 4. That's the upshot of that. That would be a 4. This would be a 2 or an 8. And is that all right or not? And then green still has to get a bit bigger. Okay, yeah, that might be important. Green still has to... Green can't just stop in this cell, can it? It must go this way or both. So if this is a 3, 6 pair, how does it grow? Oh, that might be it. That might be it. That feels like it can't grow to me, but that is just a feeling. Yeah, I think it's right. If this is okay, let's just make this 3, 6 so we can think it through very, very specifically. If this is 3, 6, then from this position, well, green has to grow somewhere, either here or both. Now, that means to grow along a line, it must be in a 1 to 2 relationship. So let's just make this 6 and this 3 and think about how that could work. It won't work. Because this digit now, to be in a 1 to 2 relationship with the 3 has to be a 6, and this one would have to be a 3. You can't do it. It can't grow in either direction. Whichever way round this is. That's really weird and quite lovely. So now, this domino has a 4 in it. Because it's either, we worked out it couldn't have 1 on it, didn't we? So it's either 2, 4 or 4, 8. And by Sudoku, the 4 goes here. This is unbelievable. Now this digit is not a 4, which means this is a 3, 6 pair. And because the top one is green, that one is also green. Now this digit is now a 4. And I tell you what we're going to do. We are going to delineate that and this and that and this. And now Well, yeah, okay. So now it's easier, I think, to make this grow, unfortunately, because if it grows here, then this digit, I think, can be 2 or 8, but it'll mean this is a sequence, so it might be 2, 4, 8, or 8, 4, 2. That's, I think, reasonable. But it could also grow here, and weirdly, although it's harder for it to grow to here. Hang on. Maybe this cell is better. Because actually, forgetting what region row 4, column 3 is a part of, it must be in a correct relationship with 2 or 8, mustn't it? So, what sort of relationships could it be in? It could be a 1 or a 3, if this is a 2, or it could be a 7 or a 9. Now, if it's 3, it doesn't work, because if it's 3, that would be 3, and we'd have 5 and 3 next to... Oh, hang on. That being 5, actually, I hadn't seen this, but that being 5 has to be next to the correct thing on the line. It's got to be next to 6. So that's a 3. Oh, and that's proving the same thing, that this can't be 3. It's interesting, because we're almost able to say that this can't be green. Because if it's 7 or 9, it's a consecutive relationship, which means it's not green. And if it's 1, we could still argue that it's meant to be a consecutive relationship, although the 2-1 pair does allow, if this was 2 and this was 1, we are allowed to interpret that as a 1-to-2 ratio, which would mean this could be green. So I can't quite claim that this isn't green. So how does that help us, or does it not? I don't know. I don't know, and I'm terrified that I have to do some horrible maths on this triangle to work it out. Oh dear. Okay. How do we do this? Good question, Simon. Good question. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do the same thing here, can't I? The 4 has to be next to the 3, and that has to be... Yeah, we have to make these go 3, 4, 5, 6, these triangles. No, I don't know. So do I have to look at this one? I probably do. I'm just terrified of it. Let's fully pencil mark it. It's on a line from a 4. So it's either consecutive with the 4 and it's 3 or 5, or it's in a 1-to-2 relationship with it, in which case it's 2 or 8. Now, can we rule any of those out? If it's 3 or 5, that ends green, and then green would have to... If it's 3 or 5, green has to come down here, so this would have to be a 1. But if it's 2 or 8, then this is green. If it's 2 or 8, this is green. Actually, oh, it would be green. What would that one be? I don't know. It's really difficult to work this out. If Actually, that's quite interesting. Actually, no, that's very interesting. That can't... Oh, that's weird. I don't think this can be 2. That must be wrong. Well, let me just think that through. If that's 2, it's quite clearly green. Now what's this digit then? That's on the line from the 2. What it can't be is 1. We've already looked at this. 1 is very difficult to place on these loopy lines because its only neighbour is a 2. So if we make that 1, that's a 2. That's not going to work. So this isn't 1. It's also not 3, which means this has got to be the digit 4, and that is impossible. Why is it impossible? It would put 2 4s in green, because this is a green relationship once it's a doubling relationship. So that actually is not 2. So if I could prove it wasn't 8, I can't prove it can't be 8. I don't think I can anyway. But that doesn't matter. Oh no, it doesn't. It does sort of matter. Okay, here is a tiny point then. If this is 8, then this is 2, and this has to be 1 because it's the only valid option for this cell. But if this is not 8, then this is 3 or 5, which means it's not green, it's some other colour, and green has to get out. And the only way green can get out down here is by having a doubling relationship there, which makes this a 1. So whether this is 8 and green, or 3, 5 and not green, this is always 1. But the weird thing about that is I don't think I know whether this is green or not. Because I think if that's 8, that could be green or maybe not green still. Because green can get out. That's absolutely bizarre. But I think this is always 1. Is this some sort of weird Sudoku thing I've got to do now? Is it going to be... Do we have to ask a weird question, like where does... No, it's not that. It just isn't, Simon. At least I don't think it is. Maybe, can that be yellow? Is that a good question? If that's yellow, that's green, that's 2, that's 1. And if this is yellow, do we care? I don't think we do, but I might be wrong. Oh, hang on, if that's green, it is 8. I'm just noticing if this is green. No, if it's green, I knew it would be 8. I was thinking it couldn't be 3 and 5, but if it's green, it has to be in a 1 to 2 relationship, so it is 8. So is there some reason? I'm just going to look at this. I don't think there is. Why a green 1 here? Is that broken for some reason? I don't know. I tell you what though, 1, I mean this is a weird point. I feel so embarrassed saying this, but 1 we worked out earlier can only go next to 2 on the lines, so that must be valid. So working out this was a 1, it's so weird to me that the backwards logic of that doesn't immediately occur to me, but it doesn't. But that being a 1 means those 2 are both 2s because they're on the line. It doesn't mean I know the colour of anything, but it does mean... Oh! It does mean, actually, I know what this... yeah, I do. I do know what that digit is. That's a 4, I think. That might be good up there. Because this 2 has to have a valid neighbour here, which can't be a consecutive neighbour. 1 and 3 have gone. It can't be a 1. It can't be a 1 at all. So it has to be a doubling relationship, and it has to be 4. Now that makes that a 4. These 2 are now in the same region that is definitely not green, So I'll just make those red pro tem. I mean, I'm perfectly happy to believe that these are in the region with blue. I don't know, but they're definitely not green. Now, what does that mean? Well, 4. No, bother. I don't know. This could still be anything, I think. So is it this cell becoming a 4 that somehow matters? Yes. No. Maybe. No. I think, okay, what I said before was wrong. I said that it was very difficult to put 1 on the ringy things. But we've worked out you can put 1 on a ringy thing, providing that its 2 neighbours don't see each other, and that would be the case here. So if that was 2 and that was 1, that would be fine. That would become a 2, which I think is okay. Oh, there's a 2 there, so that is an 8. Okay, that does change things then. This being an 8 means that this has to be 7 or 9 because it can't be 4. And now this digit is not purple. I don't know whether it's yellow, but it's definitely not purple. So purple has to continue, and that means this digit has to be a 2 because we have to have a doubling relationship there. And 2 on the line, this digit now can't be a 4, but it could be a 1. So that's 1 or 3. And if it's 1, it can't be 1, because what would this digit be? It would be a 2. So it's got to be a 3. And these two are in a different region. I would love to know whether... Actually, can we just keep going around this sort of trapezium here? This digit... To be adjacent to a 3 on the line, it could be a 6. That would be a fair, if it's a doubling. So 3 and 6 would work. It can't be a 2. Can it be? It can't be a 4. Hang on. Yeah, these digits have to be in the same region. That's not purple. I'm running out of colours here. Let me just make this one lime, because this digit can't be 2 or 4 to be consecutive because of Sudoku, so it must be in a doubling relationship. So that's a 6. And then this digit can't be 9. 6 and 9 can't be adjacent on the line, so that's a 7. Now that means that this 6 is in a different region to this 7. Yeah, okay. So purple now is still having to come across the top to get out. It can't live its entire life in the top row. It would only get 8 cells. And these digits are 1, 7, 9 at the end of the row. Now, that is very good indeed, actually. Where does purple, which is now 7 cells large, get a 5 from? Now you may say, oh Simon, it could get a 5 on this line. No, it can't. 5, remember, is like 5, 7 and 9. If we put them on the lines, they have to be in consecutive relationships. So there are no doubling relationships possible with Sudoku numbers. And 5 here would need a 4 or a 6 on the line. So this doesn't get a 5 from row 2. But it's 7 cells already. So it's got to get to row 3 to get a 5. And the only way it can get there is if that is a 5 and those 2 cells join it up. And that is a region, I think. And now this digit has to be a 1 or a 9 because it's got to be, it can't be 7 by Sudoku. And this digit, well, this is so this is either 2 or 8, because 1 and 9 are the quite restricted. And we've got a new region emerging from the left-hand side of the grid, which we shall make. I'll make black. Oh, that's terrible. My black colour, I think, is a little bit too dark. I can't really see the digits against the background. I'll make it blue again and hope that I don't think it's going to bump into that blue. I suppose it's possible it could, but I don't think it's going to. Now, do we know? Yeah. What would happen if the 7 here was not yellow? That won't work, because this has to now get out, which means it's going to have to take that cell. And now yellow can't get out, because yellow can't be in the same region as a red 4, because it would have 2 4s in it. So that is yellow. Yellow still has to get out without touching red. So yellow is going to have to take that cell. I don't know about this one. Now, I'd love to know what colour this was. I really would. It's not 8. Oh, that's going to do it. Well, is it, though? Yeah, that is going to do it. This not being able to be 8 means it is now consecutive with the 4, which means that it's not in the same region as the 4, which means that this is great. Green now has to come down there. Green has not reached, it's not core 8 yet, is it? It's not got 9 cells. It's got 4, 5, 6, 7. It's got 8 cells, but blue has to grow. So now I get green. Green has to do that. It's exactly that shape. It's the only way we can create it. Now, there's some stuff going on the left-hand side. We've got orange coming down here, blue coming down here. We know then that they're not the same because of the funny triangle there. Is it the case that red and blue are different? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not necessarily. You could just about tie blue and red together. Possibly. Okay, but now 4, this 3, 5 is really cool because it's got to be in a different region to red as well, because it's consecutive with red's 4 as well as being consecutive with green's 4. So that now is yellow. It can't be a 1-cell region, which means we can draw that. So now, what does this mean? The answer is not sure. We've still got 7, 8 and 9 to put into green, and that's certainly not a 7. And that's rather good. That means this isn't 8, 9 anymore, because if that was 8, 9, it would break this cell. So that's 1, that's 2. 1 in the top row has to go there now, because it can't repeat in purple. Now we've got 5, 8, 9 left to put into, and the 5, look. Where's the 5 in row 2? It's in that domino, so it can't repeat there. That's a 3. Oh, there's a sawing noise outside. Sounds like someone's chopping down a tree. I hope that's not in my woods. Okay. What does this mean? I mean, it's amazing, isn't it? But I tell you, there's a lot that's amazing. But even if I somehow figure out this E and this L, I'm still got an awful lot of real estate completely unspecified in the bottom of the grid. By the way, I think I read on Logic Masters that this was a secret Santa gift. Imagine getting this as, I want to say for Afraid Not, was it? I might be wrong about that, but I think Afraid Not got this as a secret Santa gift on our Discord server. What a wonderful present. What's that digit? Maybe we pencil mark row 3. I know this is slightly mad, but 1, 7, 8, 9. That can't be a 1. That can't be a 7. These 2 digits. Well, okay. I mean, we just can't. You just can't put 1 on this line here. 1, we know 1, if it's on the line, is only adjacent to 2. And this can't be a 2. Neither of these can be a 2. So these are... Okay, so 1 is placed. Sorry, 1 is placed in row 3. And this is not a doubling relationship between these two digits, whatever happens. So they are in a consecutive relationship, and that means 8 is required reading. Because in any pair of consecutive numbers, you always find an even number and an odd number, and the even number seems to only have the option of being 8. So this is now 7 or 9, and we can draw a boundary in here because we know these are consecutive, and we might be able to do better than that somehow. Okay, here's I'm going to do the same thing there. Is it possible for this domino here to have a doubling relationship? I don't think it is. 1, 2 is impossible. 2, 4 is impossible. 3, 6 is impossible. 4, 8 is impossible. So it's also true to say that those digits are consecutive. Now, what is the odd digit on that pair? It must have an odd digit. That odd digit's not 1, 3 or 5, so it's 7 or 9. So those digits are from 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not 6. It's not quite good enough, is it? But it was nearly interesting. It's going to be something to do with how yellow grows, I suspect. Let me mull this for a second or two. I mean, let's fully pencil mark the crook of the E here. It's got to be in a valid relationship with this cell. Now, it can't actually be in a doubling relationship because the only option would be 8 and 4, and this can't be a 4 by Sudoku. So these two cells are in different regions. And this cell has to be consecutive with this one. So this is 6, 7, 8 or 9, and it isn't 7. It's 6, 8 or 9 now. Okay. And that might matter. Somehow, some way. He says, desperately trying to work out what that means. No. I don't know, sorry. Is there... I don't even know. Oh, is it... Oh, yes, it is. Where's 2? I didn't see that at all. Where's 2 in row 4? We can put it in. And in fact, that can't be blue, look. Oh, but it could be lime green. But it's definitely not blue. So blue has to continue coming down column 9. But obviously, we've already had a blue 2. That's why I'm saying it can't be a blue 2. So that digit is also quite a high digit. They've got a sort of 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple in row 4. Okay. Therefore, what on earth are we now saying? So lime green either comes down here, and then yellow would have to get out. So it would have to. So lime green either does those 3 definitely, or it can't take both of these. So it would have to come down that way. It's nearly difficult for that to be in a doubling relationship, but I think it could be 3, 6 maybe. Just 6 here, 3 here. Okay, I don't know what to do. I probably have to pencil mark this, but you know me and my reticence towards pencil marking. Let's think about this. This cell can't be 8. No, I don't know. You naughty old puzzle. Where am I meant to look now? Okay, let's consider it. So this is 6, 8, or 9. Well, I tell you, it's not 9, is it? It's not 9 because remember, and I think it's still true, 9 only goes next to 8, and that would put 2 8s in the column. So that is an even digit. There must be an even digit on this consecutive pair here. So that is not even. And now I've got a 7, 9 pair in blue. Which unfortunately doesn't seem to do very much. So there's a 7 or a 9 on here. So, oh my goodness, right, that can't be 8. Oh, that's absolutely beautiful. My gosh, that's just ridiculous. See if you can see why. That can't be 8. The reason is magical, frankly. It's absolutely magical. It's to do with the E. 8, we know it could be in a doubling relationship, but it can't in this instance because this cell can't be a 4. So if this is an 8, these two have to be 7 and 9. So this is 8, and this is a 7, 9 pair. And what is that? Nothing, because it sees 8 there and 7, 9 above it and below it. That would be invalid. It couldn't be filled. So that has to be 6. Okay, so that's not, oh, it was never lime green anyway. So 6 comes off here. So this, okay, so this, that's interesting. So there's now a sort of X-wing of 8s on these, in these positions. Because there's an 8 on this domino and an 8 on this domino. Now this digit, oh, we must be able to know. I must know something about this digit. I mean, it could be consecutive with 6, which is 5 or 7. Or it could be in a doubling relationship, which would make it a 3. And somehow that's not resolved. That is just bonkers. And that being a 6, that's going to give me this digit, isn't it? That's still good because that's going to unwind my X-wing. Yeah, 6 on this line. The only option for that is 7 now. 8 and 9 are not in the correct relationship. So that's 8. That's 8. This is not 8. This one is not 7 anymore. And we're either... This lime green thing is either going there or there. I can see that those things are true. I'm just not sure which way it goes. Okay, so presumably what I have to do is to pencil mark this cell, is it? Let's try that then. Well, if this is 3, that has to be 6, bizarrely, because it can't be 2 or 4. And if it's 5, this has to be consecutive with 5, and it would still have to be 6, which is very odd. So that is 6. I was not expecting that. But it's a 6, but I don't know its relationship to the digit on its left still. I don't know whether it's a doubling relationship or a consecutive relationship. So now if this comes down here, it can't bump into a second 6, so it would have to go that way. And in fact, it would have to go further than that, wouldn't it? And that doesn't work. Good grief. I mean, that's another sick deduction, actually, from Crusader 175. This lime green can't go down here for the most beautiful reason. So because we know these are in different regions, these 7 and 8, if we come down to the 8, we can't go to the 7. So we'd have to continue down, dodging the 6, and we'd hit the top of this L shape here. But we can't stop. We haven't got enough for 9 cells in lime green, so we'd have to continue one more. And that means these 2 cells have to be in a 1-to-2 relationship. What options are available? 3-6 isn't, 2-4 isn't, 4-8 isn't, and 1-2 isn't. Nothing works. 2-4 isn't either. I can't remember if I said that one. But it's not possible for that to work across this L. So we have to, so the lime has to come down there, and it can't bump into 6. Oh, in fact, yellow has to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yellow is definitely different from red, so red can come down further. And lime green has to grow. It has to. So yellow gets finished. That was the 9th cell of yellow we've just put in, I think. 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So we need to put 2 into yellow, which we can do. And this digit is... no, it's not 5. There's definitely a 5 in one of those 2. But it is 8 or 9. And it's the same as that digit. Okay, lime green has had a 3 in it already, so that's a 5, and that means we already knew that 6 couldn't be in lime green, so we can continue that. So lime green comes steadily further down the grid. This is not lime green, so there's a new region here, which we should choose a colour for. We shall have the colour of... should we go back to dark green again? Maybe. So those are in the same. Oh, I tried to make that dark green and made it red. What an absolute fool. I can't. No, because now, yeah, it could now come down here because this could be 3-6. Now it's not involved in lime green. Okay, but red has to come down there. Oh, look, red and blue, they are going parallel in a way that indicates that possibly could be the same region. How many regions have I got now in the puzzle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, possibly 9 if red and blue are different. So I might already have got all 9 regions of the puzzle, actually, which is a thought, isn't it? That is a thought. Is that really possible? Not sure. That feels difficult to me. 2, 6. Can that? Okay. Okay. No, I can disprove that. I think. Not easily, but I think I can. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that would drop in. Yeah. Okay, I can disprove that we are looking at all 9 regions. So I think the implication of this is going to be, because blue can't be the same as orange, I think I'm going to have to join up those 2. I think they're the only 2 candidates that I could join up. But the logic is the following. I was trying to see, I was thinking if all 9 regions are already coloured, or at least one cell of them are coloured in the grid, which cells are the most difficult to reach with these 9 regions? So I thought of that one. Now, how do you reach that cell? You certainly can't reach that cell with blue, because that's going to create a 10-cell region. So it's not blue. You can't get there from lime, you can't get there from red, it's too far away, it's too far away from blue, it's too far away from orange. So this one has to be the green region. But then we can ask, okay, well, what's this colour then? Well, that colour's not blue. It certainly can't be any of these colours over here. It can't be lime green, because you can't ring a 9-cell region here and sort of somehow grab this too. This is going to be green as well. And what colour's this 6? Well, that's going to be green as well. Now you may say, with the 6, I wondered whether it could be red. But again, the only way of getting that 6 with red is exactly that shape. And that's not going to work. Lime green hasn't got 9 cells. So again, this 6 is green. But now, the only way of doing this and making sure green doesn't have more than 9 cells in its region, well, there's actually 2 ways of doing it, but one of them is nonsense. We could do it like that, but we have to make sure that blue takes up all the remaining white space. So the only way of actually doing it is that, and then blue would be a line down here. And that doesn't work because it's the same point that I'd noticed before with lime green and this domino. If we make these 2 cells the same colour, having popped the 6 into the region, it's impossible again because there's no doubling relationship that exists anymore. So this is wrong. And what that means is that red, having dropped down here, and blue have to be the same. I'm just going to study that for a moment and just convince. I'm pretty convinced about it. There's no way, because this 2, I think that probably has to be green. But no, that's well, it's certainly true if these are different, because all 9 regions are already represented, and this cell is definitely not blue. But it's not true, actually. Yeah, so I can't see how to tie any 2 of these up together, given the boundaries we've drawn. So I'm now going to allege these are the same. I'm going to turn red into blue. I'm going to link them up. I've now got a 9-cell region. But now what I can't do is allege that this is green, because it's possible we've got a green coming down here, and this is, I don't know, something else, red or something going around there. Goodness me. So what do we do now with this knowledge? How do we take that forward? I tell you what, we do Sudoku. Where's 1 in row 5? It's not there. That's been available for ages. I just didn't see it. Now, there's got to be a 3 in one of those. 3, 7, 8, 9. Now that's not 7 or 9. So this is 3 or 8. Now, is there some reason I know what this digit is? There might be. There also might not be. Oh, here's a really beautiful point. This has been available for ages. Look at those 3 digits. Those are a red 7, 8, 9 triple. They're all looking at that cell. That can't be 7, 8 or 9. Say it was 8, where would you put 8 in dark green? It wouldn't be able to go anywhere. That's so lovely. I didn't see that at all. That's 5. That's 9 now. Therefore, this is 8. So this is 7, 9. This is 8. This is 3, apparently. So that's not 3 or 8. I've got 7, 9 pairs all over the place. I think the only things I've not got now is 7, 9 pairs. And presumably I've got to do something on this, this is the terrifying one, isn't it? Or it must be. I mean, there's just nothing in the bottom of the grid. I must work my way down. Don't get distracted, Simon. Work your way down the puzzle. Yeah, okay. So this is 7 or 9. 7 and 9. So we actually now know. That's quite cool, isn't it? We know we have to draw a boundary there, because 7 and 9 can't be in a doubling relationship. So this digit is even. And it's 6 or 8, both of which apparently are possible. Okay. But the beauty of this is that that is beautiful to me. Right. We have to think about the colour of this. It can't be blue. Blue has already had its 7 and 9. Could it be the 9th colour? Now we've amalgamated red and blue over here. We have got a spare colour. Could it be that? No, because red would have to get out and it would trap dark green in. So that is dark green. And if it's dark green, that too is now, and this has got to get out. So dark green is starting to grow. We've got 6 of its cells. We can grow lime green a bit further. We know that there's a boundary there. So blue has to go down here. This has to be... No, this could be the 9th colour. We still haven't got the 9th colour now. So I've got 7 cells of green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cells of lime. Can orange reach that cell? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, it can. Okay, so it must be this digit. Now, what are the options? It is 4, 6, 5, or 8. But it has to be suitable. So it can't be 8. That's not going to be consecutive or in a doubling relationship with this. It can't be 6. That's going to make this an 8. That gives us the same problem. It could be 5 and it could be 4. Oh. That's distressing, isn't it? If it was 5 and this was 6, they would be indifferent. This would be the 9th region. And if it was 4 and this was 8, then this would be blue. Golly gosh. Okay, so it's not that. So what is it? Is it some sort of weird Sudoku? It could be law of leftovers type stuff. I've not really spent much time thinking about that from a grid perspective. You know, questions like where's 3 in column 6, because it can't repeat in lime. It's got to be right at the bottom there. These digits down here are 3, 5, 9, aren't they? And let's pop some pencil marks in if they're really obvious pencil marks. This is 2, 6, 8. And that can't be 2 because of that it's in blue already. Where, oh, that's it. Where are 1 and 5 in column 3? Or column 4, actually. They can't repeat in blue, so they've got to be at the bottom. So these 2 digits are now known. And they are 6 and 7. We're not making any jokes about that. That's now an 8 by Sudoku. So these digits are 9 and 3. Okay, we'll pop that in. And in this column, we've not put in 7 and 8. So that's a 7-8 pair. And, okay, I don't know. How do we make more progress now? It could be something like this, couldn't it? It really could. I'm not sure. I'm not sure I've got any better ideas. I can draw that boundary in, which feels like the right thing to do. What do I need in dark green? 1, 3, 4, 5. So these are definitely 1, 3, 4, 5. And that they aren't 3. Oh. Oh, that's nearly good, but not good enough. So the question I was going to ask is, where do we get 3 for dark green? And I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We don't get it from this column, so we have to go somewhere else to get it. But I think we could get it here, couldn't we? If lime green went like this, this would be a 3. So it's the digit 2 that we've not put in this column. So 2 is in one of those cells. And 2 is in one of these cells. So there are no more 2s to be found. And one of the 2s presumably has to go and live with orange. And one of the 2s has to live with lime green. But what about the 9th region? Where's this 9th region? Oh, so that meant, no, maybe I haven't put a 2 into column 1, so there's the third 2 might be orange in column 1. I just don't know. These are 1, 2, 7, and 9. 1, 2, 7, 9. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, and I'm not surprised, that this has become very, in the bottom part of the grid, there's so little here that actually working out what's going on is tricky. At least it is for me. Unless there's a way, do I know somehow how this works? Maybe 5, 6, does that cause us a problem over there? That would make that 7, 9. That would make this a 1. Oh, I can't quite see if that's a problem or not. Okay, what are those digits? They are 1, 3, 4, and 9. And they're not 3, are they? Because we've already got this 3 up here. So there's probably some, yeah, like, okay, where's, is that the question? Where's 8 in row 6? I mean, forgive me, it is, isn't it? Where's 8 in row 6? Apparently it can only go there, but that must be magical, he said. In fact, where's 3 in row 6 now? That's another interesting question that I think is a valid question. 3 has to go here. So that's a 9. That allows us to take some 9s out of the grid. Where's 6 in this row? It's got to go here, apparently. So that's a 7. Now I've got a 1 or a 2 here only. Have I got... Yeah, it does look right. But surely this 8 is going to tell me what this digit is. It does tell me this is a 4. Because it can't be a 5 and be in the correct relationship. And now this is blue, actually. Because that is a correct ratio. So that 4 takes some things out of the row. Where's 5 in this row now? That seems to have to be here. So this is, so now I've got a 1, 4 pair in row 7, and this digit becomes a 2. So there, that was the 2 that we were looking for in orange, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. Ah! Oh, rat fingers. Whatever that might mean. Rat fingers. This one can't be, I spotted it can't be lime green, because lime green already has 3 and 5 in it. But then I noticed it could still be orange, so it's not. Have I really not got the 9th region yet? 1, 2, I don't think I have. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only got 8. I've got 8 still. But 3. These are 3, 5, 6, I think, over here. One of these is a 6. That's not a 5. That's not a 3. That's chocolate teapotted, isn't it? I can delineate this one. And wow. I know that one is... Okay, that's going to push lime down, isn't it? Lime has to go to here, which can't be a 3 now, because that would repeat 3 in lime green. So lime green puts a 3 here. And this is definitely lime green. And this digit is 1, 4, or 9. And then the last digit we need in this box is a 2. I haven't put 2 into lime green. It can't get one from there, so it's got to get it from there. And that's rather beautiful. This is an extraordinary puzzle, actually, isn't it? It's just magical. Now, in this column, I haven't put this digit here at the very bottom is 1 or 4 again. So, dark green. I've got 7 cells in it. It has to come and pilfer this one, and that can't be a 6, so that's a 3. That undoes my chocolate teapot. Blue has to get out, so blue now has to keep getting out. That's taken blue to be core 8. It now has 9 cells in it, and I can finish off dark green with its 9th cell, and I know that this is a 1 or a 4, and it's not a 1. So that is 4, that is 1, that is 4. And this bottom digit is a something. A 6, I think. Okay, and this corner digit here, that must be the 9th region, mustn't it? Because there's no way orange is getting all the way over there. Right, but we know what that digit is. That's 5 to complete blue. So that's lovely. 5, 1. Yeah, that's good. 9, 7, 3, 8, 7, 2, 6. I don't know, but that's still good. It's still good. We're still in this. We have a chance. The corner digit here is an 8 by the law of leftovers. This bottom row must be done. 9 here, 1 here, 9 here, 9 here, 7 here, 1, 4. Oh, no. Oh, it's good. No, we're still okay. 9, 7, 7, 9, 9, 7. I've done it. But I haven't, because I haven't done the regions. So, okay, how do we finish this off? 3, I've already had it in red, so that's orange. So that's going to do it straight away. If that's orange, I've got to connect it up, and then orange must take that one, because that can't be red. So the bottom row, which I don't really have to check from a Sudoku perspective, because if the Sudoku has worked, I know the bottom row contains different digits. That is a masterpiece. I don't know how long it's taken me, but it's correct. Gosh, it's had a lot of solves as well already. Wow. Just wow. The logic at the start is mad. It's quite mad that a sort of right-angled triangle that takes 4 cells can only have 3, 4, 5, and 6 on it, given the rule set. Isn't that crazy? And that could propagate out. That is a miraculous puzzle. I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing, Crusader 175. It's an amazing present to give anybody, and frankly, it's just full stop amazing. And we invented a new word or a new phrase, rat fingers. I'm not sure how often I'm going to bring that up again, but it's made an appearance. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know in the comments how you got on with the puzzle. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind, and we'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.